I think there's a lot of things that go into conversations around teacher compensation. As a former teacher myself, I think it's incredibly important that people are able to live on a teacher salary. That being said, I think teacher compensation, our district is going to need to shift priorities and to ensure that funding is going to pay for teacher salaries. And part of my general theory of like working theory is that when that conversation happens on SFUSD school board, I want to ensure that the voices of the communities that I feel that I represent or help to represent are adequately heard on our board. The fact that there is no licensed teacher on our school board, I think is one, incredibly disheartening, and two, really surprising given, I think, the amount of decision making that the school board makes. And I want to make sure that things like teaching and learning are not compromised when we look to shifting funds to make sure that teachers actually get the adequate compensation that they deserve. I think programming will eventually, like priorities around programming will eventually need to shift. And on top of that, I do think our district can do better in ensuring that affordability to live in San Francisco is also supported. So I do support credits for housing for teachers. I don't necessarily personally think that building a building to have teachers live in there is the best answer. And I know that that was something that was floated around in SFUSD, something currently talked about in San Mateo and Oakland. But I do think that as priorities shift, that I personally want to ensure that priorities around academic teaching and learning are secured, and that, but we do redistribute funds to allow for increased pay for teachers.